Hi, I hope all is well with you and you're staying safe. We're past the Yom Noraim and Sukkot, and our year has begun. This week, we begin reading from the beginning of the Torah once again. Perhaps it's kedai to spend just a minute appreciating the fact that the Rebbeinu Shalom has given us, Klal Yisrael, the most precious gift that he could give us, and that is the Torah. Unfortunately, even for so many individuals that learn Torah, we sometimes forget to really appreciate what we're learning and what its value is. We say the bracha every morning, Asher bochar banu mikol ha'amim, v'nosan lanu es Torah so. Baruch atah Hashem, nosein haTorah. We thank the Rebbeinu Shalom every day for giving us the Torah. The Torah is our anchor. The Torah is our guidebook. Without the Torah, our life literally would have no meaning. And although, Baruch Hashem, we're from, we do the mitzvos, we even try to move in a positive direction, but sometimes we really forget where it's coming from, what it's based on. Who's telling us to move in a positive direction? Who's telling us that not only that we should move in a positive direction, but we're able to, because that's the way we were created. The Rebbeinu Shalom has given us the Torah and everything that we need to know. Everything is in the Torah. We just have to spend the time delving and learning. It's been pointed out that the Torah is the only book in the world that you can have a 10-year-old and his great-grandfather, who's 90 years old, sit and learn together. You can't do that with a science book. The 90-year-old might teach the 10-year-old what's in the science book, but they couldn't be learning it together. The 90-year-old, if he knows it, he knows it. But the 90-year-old Saba or zaidi, when he sits down and learns Chumash with his 10-year-old grandchild, he's learning it again, and he's understanding it on a different level than he understood it the last time. And that 10-year-old who's sitting next to him is understanding it on his level. And it's never ending, because the Torah is never ending. And that's the gift that the Rebbeinu Shalom has given us. So we begin with Parshas Bereishis, which for the first few psukim is wonderful, is glorious, is exciting, is spellbinding if you think about what the creation really entailed and what it brought about. But then unfortunately we get to the episode of the Nachash and Chava, and how the Nachash convinces Chava to eat from the Eitz Hadas. And unfortunately, it's all downhill after that. The Nachash begins a dialogue with Chava. And he asks her about all the trees. He says, wow, there's such nice trees in Gan Eden. And she says, yes, but we can eat from all of them except for one. And that one we can't even touch. So the Nachash pushes her against the tree and points out that even though Chava had told him that if we touch the tree, we're going to die, he says, well, you see, you haven't died. And she goes about and she eats, and she offers it to her husband, and the rest is history. And the obvious question is, just because she didn't die immediately, Why did she think that she wouldn't be punished? She could die that night. She could die in a year. Why did she eat from the Eitz Hadas? And Chazal say that really was the wicked ploy of the Nachash. And he told her, you ate from the Eitz Hadas, or you touched the Eitz Hadas. You are going to die. You might not die right now. You might die in a year. You might even die in 100 years, but you're going to die. You have failed. And if you failed, you might as well at least enjoy life, because you're going to eventually die. And unfortunately, too many of us fall for the same trap. Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur. We made commitments to ourselves, to the Ribono Shel Olam, and we had goals for ourselves. And perhaps already we have fallen somewhat short of those goals. And we've let down. And somewhere in our psyche, our Yetzer Hara is telling us, you see, you're a failure. You're not going to succeed. Give up. Enjoy life. Don't be shackled with the mitzvos, because it's not going to do you any good. Nothing can be farther from the truth. As Chazal teach us, Sheva Yipol Tzadik V'Kom. This is what life is about. We all fall short of what we'd like to accomplish. But we can succeed. The secret is to get up, to brush ourselves off and continue. It's like a little baby learning to walk. She stands up, she falls down. Does she give up? No. She stands up again. Eventually, she's able to stand, tries to walk, falls, gets up, walks again. It might take some time, but eventually, she's running around. And that's the lesson for us. If we didn't succeed yesterday, there's always today. And if we're not succeeding today, there is always tomorrow. As long as our goals remain intact and we are still committed to accomplish what we want to accomplish. The Ribono Shel Olam gives us time. He knows that we were created with frailties. He knows that we have nisyonos. He wants us to succeed, and he's willing to give us the time. And we have to give ourselves the time. We have to be patient, but we have to stay committed. And Mirza Hashem, if we appreciate the fact that we're human beings, and human beings are not perfect. We're not machines. There aren't any little buttons in our back to just push. But we have to try, and when we fall, we get up and stand again. Mirza Hashem, if we try, and we dive into the Ribono Shel Olam, he will give us the siyata d'shmaya to eventually succeed, as long as we are committed to continue to move in a positive direction. Have a wonderful Shabbos. And Mirza Hashem, next week, a Chodesh Tov, Kol Tov.